Time now for the Peter Channel 6 o'clock news on this Friday evening, September 30th, 2016. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins, and I your top news headlines at 6 o'clock on this Friday evening here. And the top story at the 6 o'clock hour is out Cologne after it. Night of violent protests of 40 days announced Friday that they would release cell phone and surveillance video of fatal police shooting of an unarmed black man this week. What does a Republican nominee for the president do when he needs sleep? Awake at 3 a.m., Donald Trump picked up his phone and began tweeting about made-up lies in the media. Deutsche Bank AG this week in their question about whether to raise capital, whether the German government would come to its aid, or whether there was loosening confidence in the market and some hedge funds dialed back to business. Can Alabama finally move forward and get a controversy proved by one man's hate? Russia made cluster bombs, weapons that kill indiscriminately and inflict long-lasting damage using an attack on a at least one hospital in the remote Syrian city of Aleppo earlier this week. A video obtained by NBC News reporter show. Hurricane Matthew was rapidly strengthening into a powerful Category 4 storm, and a hurricane watch has now been initiated for Jamaica. The White House had to correct the location release President Barack Obama's remarks on Friday in Jerusalem. The White House had to correct the location and release of President Barack Obama's remarks in Jerusalem on Friday. The armed conflict in Colombia lasted more than 50 years, killing hundreds of thousands of people and displaced millions more. By President Juan Manuel Santos and Rodrigo Landona Echeverri, the leader of the insurgent group Revolutionary Armed. President Rodrigo Duterte at the Philippines at the Philippine Air Force headquarters as Rodrigo Duterte's most colorful contentious quotations. Dropping his head, the rescue workers inconsolable as he closed his eyes and appealed to God. Apparently filmed Thursday in Syria's Red Belt City, a video of the man clutches his baby and whispers care cake with the dust of the bombed out home. North Korean Foreign Minister Ri Yong-ho confidently petitioned for international funded assistance during the 71st United Nations General Assembly. So, South Korea's military plans to invest more than $390 million in solar technology for destroyers in order to deter North Korean submarines. Hong Kong. Anti-Kim Jong-un rally was held by a Chinese city, but photographs of the protests were probably deleted by Chinese government censors. Mosul, Iraq. France on Friday began attacking the Islamic State in Iraq for Charles de Gaulle aircraft carrying in the Mediterranean Sea as the battle for Mosul looms. Hoboken, New Jersey. Contractors arrived Friday at Hoboken Terminal at a temporary step-or beams rolled up a roof that collapsed on the top of the train when it crashed in the station during the morning rush out of the previous day. The Baghdasio was primarily by the king without the bombast typically seen on the campaign trail. Donald Trump bragged about it at his hotel's beauty and the power of the brand. Texas has officially withdrawn from the Nation Refugee Resettlement Program. Governor Abbott's office said on Friday, but that won't stop the federal government from continuing to help refugees relocate here. Tulsa police officer Betty Shelby, charged with felony manslaughter, shooting to death an unarmed man earlier this month, pre-recorded Friday, pleaded not guilty for an attorney. Hempstead, New York, the Commission of Presidential Debates released a statement on Friday saying that Donald Trump was correct with his microphone when malfunctioned during Monday's event. New York former Miss Universe Alicia Machado fired back to Donald Trump saying he once again launched attacks to discreditors and Twitter spat. Greenville, South Carolina. A teenager suspect accused of opening fire in an elementary school in South Carolina injured 3 now faces charges of murder and attempted murder. Washington, Hillary Clinton proposed creating a National Volunteer Reserve to help respond to humanitarian needs for a natural disaster and homelessness. Washington, Donald Trump saying that he adds his aides and advisors to have considered the report, largely without attribution that the Republican nominee struggled in the first presidential debate. Trenton, New Jersey, gasoline taxes in New Jersey would go up 23 cents a gallon under an 8-year deal reached by between Governor Chris Christie. Viacom Incorporated named 6 directors of the special committee that will explore a merger with CBS Corporation, and 5 recently appointed to the board by Redstone Family's National Amusements Incorporated, which controls both committees. China's richest man, Wang Jian, has been on the Biden screen at Hollywood as media conglomerate. Daylon won the group as aggressively expanding into the U.S. Tewksbury, Massachusetts, Wayfinder will begin incorporating gallium nitride components for the U.S. Missile Defense Agency's existing and future ANTPY-2 radars. Washington, Leonardo Finamecchia, led up a security industry giant selected the European medium altitude long endurance remotely piloted aircraft system program. Point Mugu, California, the U.S. Navy achieved the longest surface and air intercept A naval history using in a rebound. Sandwich missile 6 during a recent flight test. New York crude oil prices started Friday in a weak rally as market sentiments that offset analysts' expectation about production talks that sparked the surge earlier this week. The stocks now is up 106 reports, 7 reports at 18,308.15. S&P 5 up 17.48 at $2,168.27, and Nasdaq 5,312 up 42.85 points. The last image was that of transmitted airport that's coming 667p service on Friday as European probe took the photo with just 65 feet from the icy body. Warsaw, Poland. Team explorers say they discovered the cave in the eastern Czech Republic in the world's deepest flooded fissure, going at least 4 and 4 miles deep. 4 and 4 meters deep. The first speed will fly with a SpaceX to the Mars should be okay when the pulse speed that the decision could cost them their lives. Company founder CEO Elon Musk said, according to news study released by NASA scientist Don. Krypton isotopes detected on Mars by the Curiosity rover could help scientists track changes in the planet's atmosphere over time. Congress took nearly 8 months to send up money to help fight a dire public health threat now that the lawmakers have approved $1.1 billion. Health officials say the funds can't arrive quickly enough to make up the lost time. Dr. Tom Frieden got his flu shot in 2016 full vaccine press conference he does every year. Denver wanted in the Browning today's pop. Colorado as you covered as a requirement that edible marijuana part of the dominant shape stamped in the lower THC, not just on the packaging, but on the as candies and other edibles. Hackers targeted election systems in the 20 states. Hillary Clinton on Friday touted the plans to increase national services. President Walt taking shots at a report that Donald Trump who said he would contrast things on himself. Minneapolis, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders is coming to minister the next week to campaign as one-time foe. Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton. Take a look at some local news. In Attleboro, Charlie Adler was watching a Ken Burns documentary from the other night about an American couple who went to Europe during the 1930s and 1940s to help save Jews from Nazis. It got him thinking about the presidential candidate Donald Trump in his upcoming election. Not that a liberal outlaw is very Trump to Hillary, but he said he's concerned about what could happen to America if Trump is elected. He's worried about Trump and today's spot as our country. He could push it over to the report to social disorder. Rather than just complain, he decided to do something. North Attleboro, a finance committee member who also holds a seat at a representative town meeting, asked Selectman Thursday to reconsider its pre-cash policy and relocate some funds to strong the budget during a tight fiscal year. Attleboro, wherein somebody being attacked by a domestic partner, unavailable phone to all 911 can be the difference between life and death. Dalton Democrat Michael Toole is accusing state President J. Burroughs of having a weak environment record known and one environmental group named Burroughs to its dirty dozen on the list of the legislatures. Foxborough, 25-year-old Milford woman was seriously injured Friday morning when the car she was driving went out of control and rolled over several times on Interstate 495 stop near the South Street overpass. Cambridge, Massachusetts, the chief of Columbia University, $9 million. The $9 billion nominated lead. Harvard University, $36 million damage. NP, Neville Carr will become president and CEO of the Harvard Management Corporation starting December 5th. He replaces Stephen Bedford, who resigned this year for unspecified personal reasons. Harvard officials praise Neville Carr as a successful and dominant manager that delivered strong investment returns. Gloucester, Massachusetts, outside from his art in Gloucester's police department after its nationally recognized police chief was placed on administrative leave. Peter Children's time is now 6:08 p.m. on this Friday evening, and it's time now for a sports report. Tonight, the Boston Red Sox will be taking on the Toronto Blue Jays at Fenway Park. Game time, 7:10 p.m. at Fenway Park. The North Lancers boys soccer team defeated the Belknap Blackhawks 7-1 at North High School. And the North Lancers football team will have a game against the Hawkland Hillers. Game time, 7 o'clock in Hawkland High School. West Point, New York. New York Knicks center Joaquin Noah says skipped the team dinner at the West Point Military Academy that featured cadets and speech by former Colonel McKinsey against war. Tampa, Florida. Alex Rodriguez is back on the field of the New York Yankees with a new role as instructor. He brought about Friday at the Yankees minor league complex in Tampa, Florida to work with prospects taken in part of the instructional league. That was one of the words of Boston Celtics architect teenage probably the fault of Wells fans. But that was a comment this season. It kind of feels like the season with a deeper fight that was caught at the Warner track, and we had to settle that. Peter Children's time is 6:09 p.m. on this Friday evening, and it's time now for traffic and transit report. Baby! Let's start the MBTA with the Sun SL5 and S4. Where the Sun SL5 and SL4 experience minor delays in a disabled bus. Commuter rail. Fitchburg train 417, 4:30 p.m. outbound to stop near Shirley and expected to operate 20-30 minutes late between Shirley and Fitchburg due to freight train interference. Place board at Fairmont train 718 at the lower level platform at the Franklin Branch side of the rebuild station into further notice. Framingham train 593, 5:15 p.m. South station, private South station is operating 10 minutes late en route to Framingham. Place board inbound Whistle Line trains on outbound platforms at Framingham for Whistle Lake Farm Station until 7:30 p.m. and please board outbound Whistle Line trains on the inbound platforms at Wellesley Farms at Framingham Station until 7:30 p.m. And if everything out looking good. Alright, how is Zimbabwe's of New England on this Friday evening here? Start off there, with 95 on the southbound side is backed up 7 to 9 to Greenwich, 95 northbound side it is backed up from Greenwich all the way at New Haven, 95 on the southbound side slow to New Haven, 95 northbound side slow east to New Haven, Merritt Parkway on the northbound side back to Greenwich all the way at the Bridgeport, Merritt Parkway southbound side back to the Water stretch, Merritt Parkway both ends back in Hamilton stretch, 91 on the southbound side it is back to Winslow to Hartford Connecticut, all the way down through Merton, Connecticut, 91 on the northbound side back in the Middletown down to Hartford Connecticut. 84 eastbound, 7 go between Denbury and Waterbury. And then hit breaks again from West Hartford to downtown Hartford, Connecticut. And then Manchester, Connecticut. 84 westbound side is back up from Hartford, Connecticut. 91 on the northbound side is back to Enfield, Connecticut, all the way up to downtown Springfield. 91 on the southbound side is back to 391 to downtown Springfield. Massbach eastbound side is back up from 84 Sturbridge all the way out to Auburn. 84 eastbound side is back to 20 and then the Massbach in the Sturbridge. Route 2 westbound side back to the Devon stretch. Out in central Massachusetts, 290 on the eastbound side is back to the Marlborough stretch. And 290 westbound side is back to Shrewsbury all the way up to Worcester. Massbach eastbound side back to the Charlton stretch. Out in Rhode Island, 146 on the southbound side is backed up from North Smithfield down to Lincoln, Rhode Island. 99 and North 146 northbound side back to the 99 and Lincoln 146 North Smithfield. 295 southbound side back to the Johnson stretch. 95 southbound side back to 295 Warwick all the way to East Greenwich. 95 on the northbound side is back to the Cranston and downtown Providence. 95 southbound side is back to protected downtown Providence. 146 southbound is back to 1595. 195 westbound side is back to Seekonk and downtown Providence. 195 eastbound side is back to East Providence all the way at the Seekonk. And then the bridge came from Somerset down to the Backer Bridge. Board and sideward bridges are looking good. Cape Bowery, Route 6 and Loon from Sideward to down for Orleans. 95 on the northbound side is backed up from Pond Street and all the way to Route 120 in Canton. 95 on the southbound side is backed up for Route 1 in Sharon all the way up to Route 295 and in Attleboro. 295 eastbound side is backed around Route 95 in Attleboro. 24 southbound side is stopping over from 120 in Canton all the way at Route 140 in Taunton. Route 3 southbound side slow from the Braintree split all the way after the Plymouth Plantation Highway in Plymouth. Massbach on the westbound side is backed up from Lower Airport all the way at the south Boston and Prue Tunnel, and then hit bridge again for the Austin Barrett Toll all the way out to Hopkinton near Massbach on the eastbound side. It is backed up from Framingham all the way at Newton Corner, and then hit back again from Austin Barrett Tolls all the way at the Lower Airport Boston Southern Expressway. And both ends is backed up from Boston and 9 and Braintree. 92 both ends in the downtown Boston is backed up from Boston all the way to Somerville. 128 on the southbound side is backed up from 95 in Canton all the way out to the Braintree split, and both ends of 120 is backed up from 24 all the way to the Braintree split. 128 on the southbound side, it is backed up from Route 2 in Lexington and all the way up to Route 109 in Westwood. 128 on the northbound side is backed up from West Roxbury from 135 in Needham all the way out to Route 2 in Lexington here. 93 on the northbound side is backed up all the way to Middlesex Fells Reservation. 93 southbound side is back to 128 Redden all the way to Stoneham. 120 on the northbound side is back to Lexington and Highway to Route 1 in Peabody. 120 southbound side is slow Route 3 out in Burlington. Route 2 eastbound side it is slow before the first pond in Cambridge. Route 1 on the northbound side back to Chelsea out of Revere and back all the way to Route 128 out in Peabody. And Route 3 on the northbound side it is back to the Bill Wicker stretch and then the breaks again from 495 Low all the way to Chelmsford. 495 on the southbound side it is back to 117 and still all the way up to 290 in Marlborough. 495 on the northbound side is back up from after 290 in Marlborough. 495 southbound side is back up from Westford all the way to Route 2 in Littleton. 93-95, looking good for 128 to the New Hampshire border. 495 on the northbound side is back to 114 in Andover at the Haverhill. 93 on the northbound side is back to Wyndham, New Hampshire. Everton back northbound side it is back to just before 293 in Manchester, New Hampshire. And 93 on the northbound side is back to Hook, New Hampshire to Concord, New Hampshire. And 89 southbound side is back to Concord, New Hampshire. And Howard Zimbabwe's a main looking good in small trip out from Portsmouth down to Rochester. And 8991 on the southbound side it is back to after that Canadian border up in Vermont. 87 on both ends back from Route 11 Champlain. And Ottawa 59 on the northbound side is slow. Around 202 headed towards Montreal in Quebec, and Ottawa 55 southbound side is slow from southern Quebec headed towards Vermont, and Interstate 87 on the northbound side it is slow around the Surrey and Albany, New York. And Route 7 on the westbound side it is backed up from Troy all the way up to Albany. Peter Children's time, 6:15 on this Friday evening, and it's time now for a weather report. And Matthew, Category 4 storms 13.5 to the north, 71.6 to the west. Max the same without 140 miles of movement west-southwest at 9 miles an hour. And public advisory. Matthew rapidly and strength to a powerful Category 4 hurricane and hurricane watch district of Jamaica. The government of Jamaica has issued a hurricane watch for Jamaica. The Charleston watch has been issued for the southwestern coast of Haiti from the southern border with the Dominican Republic of Port-au-Prince. A hurricane watch in effect for Jamaica. A Charleston warning in effect for Colombia, Venezuela, border to Huioca. A Charleston watch in effect for Haiti from the southern border with the Dominican Republic of Port-au-Prince. A hurricane watcher means that hurricane conditions are possible when a watcher is typically issued for 40 hours before. The anticipated first occurrence of the tropical storm force wind conditions that make outside preparation difficult and dangerous. And tropical wind it means that tropical storm conditions are expected somewhere within the water near investigation in the next 12 hours. A tropical storm watch means that tropical storm conditions are possible within the watcher generally within 4 hours, and the interest elsewhere along the coast of Venezuela, Colombia, and elsewhere. And Hispanos should monitor the progress of Matthew. Interest in Eastern Cuba should also monitor the progress of Matthew. For some information specifically to area, please monitor products issued by your local National Meteorological Service. At 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Hurricane Matthew was located in latitude 13.5 north, 71.6 longitude to the west. Matthew is moving toward the west-southwest near 9 miles an hour. Westward motion at a slow forward speed is expected tonight and Saturday. A turn toward the west-northwest near forecast by Saturday night, followed by a turn toward the northwest on Sunday. Forecast directly. Sir Matthew will move north of the Guadalajara Peninsula this tonight, both across the Central Caribbean Sea on Saturday and be near Jamaica on Sunday. Data from the north and away a hurricane under aircraft indicate the maximum sustained winds have increased near 140 miles an hour with higher gust. Matthew is a Category 4 hurricane on the south for assumes to hurricane wind scale. Some additional strength in his pulse in the night and some fluctuation in intensity are possible Saturday and Sunday. Matthew is expected to be made a powerful hurricane for Sunday and hurricane force winds at hours of 135 miles an hour from the center. Tropical force winds at 10 hours of 195 miles. Last minute center pressure based on the data from the NOAA aircraft is 9.9 millbars, 20.3 inches. Wind tropical conditions are expected in the portions of the wind warning in Colombia for tonight, and hurricane conditions are possible in Jamaica on Monday, with tropical conditions possible by late Sunday. Tropical conditions are possible in Watcher by late Sunday in Haiti. Rainfall totals of 2 to 4 inches as higher amounts are expected in Aruba, Bonaire, and Cracker Fat Saturday. Rainfall totals of 2 to 4 inches as higher amounts are expected along the coast of Colombia from the Venezuelan border to Huioca. Rainfall totals of 1 to 2 inches with isolated amounts of expected along the coast of Venezuela from coast to the Colombian border. Rainfall totals of 10 to 15 inches with isolated maximum amounts of 25 inches of expected across Jamaica and 7 and southwestern Haiti. These winds may produce life-threatening and flash floods and mudslides. Surf swells during by Matthew are expected to affect portions of the coast of Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, Jamaica, Aruba, Bonaire, Cracker, Venezuela, and Colombia during the next few days. These swells are likely to cause life-threatening and surf and recurring conditions. Please consider products to be a local weather office. Alright, closer to home, we are dealing with some rain showers stretching on the line from Lowell, Massachusetts all the way down to Newport, Rhode Island, and stretching east to the Cape Islands and stretching far west of 91 from Springfield up to Greenfield and on the 7 Hampshire from Keene down to Derry, and rain showers around Bennington, Vermont, and a line of rain showers stretching from Kingston, New York, up in Albany, New York, and stretching up towards Syracuse, and a line of rain showers stretching around Southern Manhattan and Brooklyn and New York City, stretching down to the Jersey Shore from Long Branch all the way down to Barnegat, stretching in on Linden Wold. Okay, 7-day forecast. It goes like this. Tonight, showers Petrobras before 8 p.m. Then Petrobras after 11 p.m. Blow around 52 degrees. North winds about 9 miles an hour. Touching 1%. New amount between a quarter and half an inch possible for Saturday. Showers main before 2 p.m. High near 58 degrees. North winds about 9 miles an hour. Gusts high 24 miles an hour. Touching 9% new amount between a quarter and half an inch possible for Saturday night. Showers Chance of showers on Saturday night. Punch after 1 a.m. west. Clouds sky low about 52 degrees and north about 6 to 8 miles an hour. Chance of 50%. New percent between 10 minutes possible for Sunday. Chance of showers. Punch about 4. 11 a.m. west. Clouds sky about 63 about 52 degrees and chance is 30%. But Monday chance of showers is possible up to 1 p.m. Patch before 10 a.m. west. Clouds sky about 66 degrees and low at 52. Chance to 35%. Thursday, chance showers before 11 a.m. Mostly clouds sky about 60 degrees and chance 30%. Thursday night, patch of west. Most clouds go about 47 degrees. Wednesday, Sunday pop clouds about 60 about 48 degrees. But Thursday, most Sunday pop clouds about 66 about 52 degrees. And for Friday, patch of west. Put Sunday about 66 degrees. Currently, and not near is overcast and rain, and the temperature is 56 degrees and a humidity of 99%. It's showery, and it's going to be it for the Peter Channel 6 o'clock news, and it's September 30th, 2016 on a Friday evening on Peter. So it'll be a good evening, goodbye to the 11 o'clock for that report. It'll be a good evening.